Whoop whoop. So I don't know how long the lag works because I'm still showing 15 seconds on my other computer. So I'm talking. I don't know if you're hearing me over the countdown or if it's during the live. Thank you guys for the raid. So hit that like, smash it. It is THORSDAY. We are back after 7 months. 7 months. Still showing 15 seconds. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh yeah, I can hear it. So I'm getting good audio. That is good to know. Tham's World, Bob's Adventure, Computer Chick Productions, R5. We had some people in the chat early today. Doctor Who, Master Arts. I hope they make it in here during the live stream. No buffering, perfect, cool. This is my first time ever doing a live stream that wasn't a game stream with OBS. So I've got this cool little background thing. If it gets annoying, let me know. I'll take it off. Happy THORSDAY. That's right. We are back. I want to talk tonight a little bit about the pandemic. I know it's kind of taboo topic, but I live in New York, so I'm living under a lot of restrictions, and I'm just curious about everyone else, like what kind of stuff's going on in your community. You don't have to get too deep into it. Stephen Dennis, thank you for popping in. Thank you so much. We are back. I am echoing. Yeah, the other computers are muted. I know it's kind of taboo topic. Was blind. Thank you so much. I live in New York, so I'm living under a lot of restrictions. I'm just curious about everyone else, like what kind of stuff is going on. Hopefully that fixed it. You don't have to get too deep into it. I have an audio loop. Thank you so much. I got everything muted that I can think of. I am echoing. Maybe I'm talking too loud. I don't know. I have a good microphone. Thank you so much. Jack Dawson, thank you. Nomad, thank you so much. Thank you for being so kind to let me drop my link in your chat. That's very generous of you. I have an audio loop. Yeah, the other computer is muted, so I'm not sure what could be happening. Let me, maybe I'm talking too loud. Let me check. I have a good microphone. Thank you so much. Jack Dawson, thank you. And I only have one audio. Nomad, thank you so much. Thank you for being so kind to let me drop my link in your chat. That's very generous of you. I have an audio loop. Yeah, the other computer is muted, so I'm not sure what could be happening. Let me, alright. When this catches up, like 10 seconds, whatever, tell me if that fixed it. I'm really new to OBS, so worst case scenario, we just won't go very long. Stephen Dennis, it is late, I know, so if you fall asleep, it's all good. If I fall asleep, it's because I was drinking before the stream to kind of settle my nerves a little bit. Old guy on a bike, thank you for dropping in. Sound in the background. Could be. I've got my windows open. Maybe that's it. Mute all but the mic. Yeah, I don't have, I can't open the settings, can I? While I'm in and change anything? Let me see. I do notice that I have 2 microphones set. Alright, let me know if that worked. I had 2 microphone settings open, so maybe it was picking it up twice. So we'll see if that works. Sorry, Blind Neil, thank you. Sounds like I got it. Sound is good. Okay, was blind. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm in New York. If you guys have never been here before, I've been on YouTube for like 13 years. Started it way back then from doing cable access and just wanted to put some of our old videos on there. You can find them on the channel. They're horrible quality. That's back in the day of like VHS tape. So let's see, so 13 years fast forward. Late now I'm becoming a gaming channel because I can't go out and do some of my other videos. We do paranormal stuff. I do challenges with my kids. We do mukbangs. But we can't go anywhere. So it's been all gaming streams, which have been really incredible for my watch hours and view time. All my settings are like 150% increase, so I may just stay doing the gaming stuff. 370 awesome. It's gone now. I'm good. Okay, so I think that's what it was. Thams, thank you for that suggestion. I did notice that after checking OBS, I did have 2 microphones open. Yeah, drinking before a live stream, I think that's a mandatory. It's a rule. It's an unspoken rule. So chat is really weird for me to look at. So I'm going to switch screens now. There we go. So now I should be able to catch up with everything. So I was mentioning it in Nomad Unbroken Live's chat, and if for some reason any of you that are in the chat right now didn't come with the raid, go check out Nomad Unbroken. He's in chat. Why is let's make him a mod. Sorry. It's been so long since I've done any live streams that I don't know that I even have mods right now. I did invite my kids to come visit. I invited my sister, and I call her my new sister, and that's because in January I just found out that I had her. She was adopted. She was put up for adoption before I was born, and 50 years forward, she found me, and we've reconnected. She actually lives literally in a walking distance of me, so we've become close. All right, so I'm not doing good with reading chat. I'm rambling on. 210% is it the labor of the part? Is a good one. Somebody retracted. R5 retracted. Dang, sensors are expensive. Stamps word at least 1 beer before a live stream. It's mandatory rule. Okay, I have been drinking a Fireball. That is my drink of choice. For anyone that just maybe is coming in, I don't know if I've been hitting the hit the like. This is the THORSDAY official like hammer, so make sure you're doing that. And since I picked it up, I guess I'm gonna have to have one. That's the Fireball. Nomad has the holy water. This is the I don't know what you would call it, the THORSDAY medicine. So let's see, did I shout everybody out? I hope I shouted everybody out. It says I have 12 in here. I know one of them is me. Make sure you guys, Tiffy Richards, there we go. That is old school JLA member channel. Right there, Tiffy, thank you. Hit the like. Yeah, it says I have 16 likes from what I see, which is great. This is a bigger turnout than I expected. Was blind, thank you for saying that. Hit that like. Tiffy, thank you so much for coming in. I'm glad you're here. Tiffy is one of the first subscribers I had way back in the day. Way back when I was doing WWE wrestling pay-per-view watch-alongs. That's where I would have the wrestling pay-per-views on my TV, and I would watch it. And in my live stream, you could hear it, but you couldn't see it. And I would get tons of people in there, but they would all get mad and leave me dislikes because they couldn't see the wrestling, and it was just me talking while you could hear it. It was horrible. Bob's Adventure. I gotta tell you, I've been enjoying your little videos. Your little intro clip that you do. You speak first, and then you do your little clip. Walk into your van. I love that song that you play during that. So I love what you're doing. I love your message that you've been doing with the suicide prevention. For anyone that doesn't know, I also on a semi-regular basis do some mental health stuff on my channel because I do struggle with mental health issues, and which has kind of benefited me a little bit during this pandemic because of the shutdown. It hasn't affected me like it has other people because I was already kind of doing that. But yeah, Bob, thank you for your suicide prevention stuff that you've been doing. And I've got some stuff coming up as well for that. I haven't been doing as much mental health stuff, but I do like it. Yeah, Blind Neil, if it gets going too fast, just sit back and relax. Let the chat just kind of do its thing, kind of like what I'm doing. I'm feeling like I'm a bad host a little bit because I'm not really reading it as well as I should. I'm excited to even be able to do a live stream and use OBS. This is a new computer that I got about a month ago, so I've been playing around with how to use OBS with my game streams. But I'm really glad that I invested in this new computer. It was a really good thing. So 7 months ago was my last THORSDAY, and it was a failed attempt at doing what I called a drive-in theater. My idea was to have like a split screen, and I was going to show a public domain movie while I did live chat, so we would be like at a drive-in theater. I had like this whole frame around it. I may revisit that idea. I may do a summer drive-in stream. Stephen Dennis, very kind of you. Thank you. I'm doing great. It'll take me a few THORSDAYs. I do intend on continuing this. This is not just a one and done THORSDAY. I actually plan on continuing going forward. I have requested that at my job that I get Fridays off so that I can do the THORSDAY on Thursday night, like always. Sam, strong supporter of mental health because I've been through it all my life. Yeah, Sam, it's we struggle with it, and unfortunately for me, I dealt with mental health issues by working a lot and working really hard and being kind of obsessed with work, and then I had a stroke like 5 years ago, and it really amplified the mental health issues because I was out of work for the time that I needed to recover from the stroke, and depression got bad and strained on the relationship with my wife, and we did just recently divorce, but everything's going good. Everything's going good. If you guys don't know Tham's World, check it out. Even if you put on a Tham's World live tour, world tour stream, and just listen, it's so amazing how good the sound comes through on my computer when Thams is playing his guitar. And sometimes his daughter will sing, and it's just a great time. You should all check that out. R5, thank you for coming in. I'm really grateful that you stopped in. I appreciate it. I love watching your dumpster diving on your other channel, and I love watching the fishing lure stuff on. Alright, I don't really like the fishing lure stuff, but I do watch it, but I don't fish, so, but anyways, R5, great channel right there too. Tham's World, another great channel. Check him out, and if you can support him in any way, that would be great. I was happy to hear in another stream in Nomad Unbroken Live that Tham World just picked up a new job, and that's exciting. So I work at Walmart, for anyone that doesn't know, so I'm an essential worker, but it really isn't as glamorous as it sounds, because what New York State did was we closed everything. The state, the governor, closed everything except for essential workplaces like liquor stores, drug stores, grocery stores, and So we took our state that was just going crazy with pandemic and virus and shoved them all into 3 locations. You could go to the liquor store, you can't go to the hospital. You can go to Walmart, but you can't go to the hospital. You can go to the pet store, but you got to wait at the door and they got to wave you in. Everybody has to wear a mask. And then all these businesses decided we're going to help reduce the risk by shortening our hours. So stores that were open at 7 a.m. maybe now are only open at 9 a.m. and then they were open till 11 at night. They're closing at 8 at night. So not only did the state reduce the amount of places that you could go, but then those places that you could go reduced the hours that you could go there. So what's happening? All of these people are coming together in 1 or 2 places at the same time. It's been crazy. Old guy on a bike. Liquor stores are definitely essential. Absolutely. I think I've become more familiar with the liquor store employees over the past month than I have my own primary care physician or my own kids, actually. That's been the hardest part for me. Aside from all of the not being able to go places, which I really did a lot of that only for my channel, is that I haven't been able to like take my kids out to lunch and sit like in a restaurant. And my daughter is still in high school, so the high schools not being open has really kind of impacted her, and I feel bad about that because it's not easy being a kid during this. Some of us that are old enough, you know, we kind of knew life before the internet and before cell phones and stuff, and we kind of grew up knowing a different way of life than kids now do. So I don't know, I think younger kids are probably struggling with this a little more than, you know, than we would like. Hopefully though, May is going to be the month for everything to open back up. You know, putting your politics aside, whatever state you live in or whatever country you live in, you know, however they're dealing with this pandemic, you know, it varies from county to county in the state I live in alone. Some counties are going to be open 100% before others. So that's going to be the struggle. That's when we're going to start seeing a little difficult time ahead of us, when frustration levels start amping up as we start seeing our neighbors opening up more than we are. I'm just anxious to go and sit in a restaurant and eat. I've been doing a lot of takeout. I've been doing a lot of delivery because I'm trying to support my restaurants, because I don't want them to close in my neighborhood. I live in a city and I can walk to several restaurants. And there today again, 2 U-Haul trucks right on my street here for 2 more people, 2 more households moving out. And it's so quiet now on my neighborhood. And crime, though, has kind of, at first it lowered, and now it's way up on the rise, in my city. Aside from domestic violence, now we're starting to see the corner stores get broken into, and we're having like spontaneous fires and car break-ins and stuff. It's, you know, people are really getting anxious. And when the weather breaks, if we're not open yet, I think we're going to have like a little hotbed here in my city. Yeah, so I went to, I get up at 2:30 in the morning because my job typically starts at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So even on my days off, I still get up at the same time to maintain my body clock or whatever. So I woke up so hungry that I went down to the diner. There's this diner at the end of my road, and thank whoever you believe in, thank Thor, Thank Odin. They still are staying open 24 hours. Now we have a mandatory mask. If you step out of your door, you have to have a mask on. You have to be wearing your mask. So I went to the diner. I didn't even call ahead. I just went down there. And in Rochester, New York, we have these things called garbage plates. If you don't know what one is and you want to see one, check my videos. There is in my City playlist. There is a mukbang Rochester, New York garbage plate. It's 2 cheeseburger patties on top of a pile of French fries or some sort of potato, macaroni salad, or you can have baked beans. There's like a meat sauce on it that we call hot sauce, mustard, onions. It's a huge pile of food. And I was craving one this morning at 2:30 in the morning, so I went down there, and thank God they were open. So I got a garbage plate, but the cook, the waitress, and the owner, nobody was wearing a mask. So I took my mask off, no big deal. And then for dinner, which is in the middle of the afternoon, I went to a Chinese restaurant. The one Chinese restaurant that I usually go to closed. They couldn't handle this, so that was one of the businesses that got affected by the pandemic, closed. So I tried a new one. Same deal. I went in there. They were super happy to see somebody walk in the door. They were very busy with takeout orders because it was peak lunchtime. And they were wearing the masks, but then they would pull it down. So the idea of the mask, if you're in a state or country that you don't have to wear the mask, you're covering your nose and your mouth, and you've got kind of a tight seal here. But what a lot of people do is they do this, so you're exposed. So you're not really getting the full effect of the mask. I don't know. And then the Chinese food that I got, it wasn't good because I wanted my original place. So I'm heartbroken about that. So let's do a cheer. A friend of mine bought me this shot glass. It says, "What a Rebel." It's a Star Wars reference. And May 4th is coming. So may the 4th be with you. And we're going to do a little cheer. I didn't give you guys a heads up to get your own, but drink at your will. That is good stuff. Fireball. So let me see in the chat what kind of restrictions, if you guys even want to talk about this. If you want to change the subject, I'm certainly able to do that. It was kind of the only topic that I could think of last minute. Cheers. Cheers. But I'm really kind of curious about what is going on in other states or countries. Like, what limitations do you guys have? Knock it back. I did. I got to slow down actually on that because I don't want to fall asleep. Whoop whoop. Hit that like hammer. Hit that like hammer. Hit that like hammer. If you haven't hit the like, that's what you got to do. When you come into the stream, I got lazy. I made a animated like just in case I forgot to pick up the actual hammer. So we are going to keep the THORSDAY alive going forward. I'm going to take a page out of Nomad Unbroken's playbook and just kind of try to power through. Because mental health wise, I've been doing really good. I've been doing really good. And even despite the limitations that I've been having with the pandemic like everyone else, I've been feeling really good. I just went through a bankruptcy, just went through a divorce. Work's, work is work, but everything's been going good. So Nomad, you are going to the mask rule tomorrow and the social distancing rule. Yeah. And only our restaurants and schools were the only things that were really closed. Yeah. So they just announced that our schools in New York are not even going to open back up this year. So their school year is over as far as going to the physical brick and mortar building school. They're still doing all of their Zoom classroom stuff. Mail is closed due to tornado damage. Wow, that's crazy. And then in Washington, they're loosening things up. Yeah, see, so it's across the board. It's all different. So Nomad is in Illinois, and they're just going to the mask rule. We've been on the mask rule for quite a while. Social distancing is definitely going to become probably a way of life for the rest of this 2020, no matter where you are. Maybe even the mask. I hope not the mask. Essential travel only to province in Canada here in Ohio. Yeah. So what I was reading and hearing too also is like a couple friends and I that were like hoping to have like vacations this year. We're like looking at airfare thinking, oh, the prices are going to drop. The prices are going to drop. Trips, if you want to take a cruise, the trips are dropping. The trips are dropping. Gas prices are dropping. But it turns out that now, like, airline fees are going up, actually, because they can't fill their planes because they're keeping distance within their seating assignments. And so they're raising the prices to offset that they're only doing like 50% capacity in their planes. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's a weird lifestyle right now. Definitely things are going to be different going forward. Yeah, you know what, Was Blind? That is so true. And the only reason why I have this one is because at my job at Walmart, we are doing every associate when we come to work. You have to be medical screened or whatever you want to call it, pandemic screened. I call it the pandemic patrol. So before you can clock in for your shift, you have to come in a separate entrance than you would normally. One person will stop you and ask you if you have a fever, a chill, unusual stomach irritation, have you been out of the country, do you have a cough? You have to go through this whole list of questions, and then if you pass that round, you get moved forward to the next station, and we take every associate's temperature before they can start their shift for the day. So, and then everybody's handed a mask to wear while they work. And that's the assignment that I was doing for the past month. I was on that team of people doing the screenings. But when I go back to work on Sunday morning, I'll be back to my stocking job. But it's just so weird to think about. You're going to work and you have to be like having your temperature taken. It's just a weird thing. And really, the percentages are still so low compared to other illnesses and other viruses. So it's really crazy. Xylo Gamers, hey, yo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, man. This is not a game stream, but I did play DCUO today. I put a spring event video up this morning. And it's actually killing right now. My percentage for watch time on that video that I put up is going crazy. So Xylo Gamers, if you haven't checked that video out, please do. And like it. And share it. Yeah, Was Blind, we had the masks. And then as soon as everything kind of hit the fan, we're struggling to get them in. And then I think Walmart has been making all sorts of deals with Trump. I know that a lot of our Walmart apparel those factories have been transitioned into making hospital gear, the scrubs. So a lot of our own brand clothing line, those factories have been converted over. So I'm thinking that any orders that Walmart gets in for the masks, they're going to the government. I think Trump is just kind of like got his deal going with our corporate, and they're just taking all the masks. We have a lady I don't have one to show you, they're in my car, but we have an associate, a woman who sews. That's her hobby. She's a sewer. Is that the right word for it? She sews. She's been making the masks for associates to buy for only $5, and then she's putting that money toward charity. So I have 2 masks that are made of fabric. They got the elastic. These ones have been being provided to us. They're not comfortable in the sense that if you wear glasses, when your hot breath comes up underneath, you get fogged up. N95s from the carpentry work. You know what? Those, you could sell them on eBay right now for hundreds of dollars. Bandanas are definitely a good option. Seamstress. There you go. She is a seamstress. And she's super nice. She's making all these masks for everybody. Pamela. Okay, all right. Everyone in chat, I don't know how I missed it, but Pamela, right there, that is the sister I was talking about earlier, who I just met this year. She's a really old lady. She's much older than I am, but she found me this year, and I'm so happy she did. She's the greatest sister that I could have ever found out I had this year. It's one of those weird Hallmark movie channel Lifetime true life event things where separated before we even knew we existed, and it's an interesting story. Maybe we'll do some kind of a live stream or a video about how that person in chat, Pamela, I call her Sissy. She's my big sissy. How we got connected this year. And it's probably been one of the greatest things that's going to have happened this year to me personally, is finding out that I had an older sister. And not only just finding out that I had an older sister, but she's like right here. She's like literally right here. We found out, I'm not going to go into a whole life story of this, but Pam and I, getting to know each other over the past couple of months, we found out that we do our laundry at the laundromats across the street from each other. Like, that's how crazy this story is. We're definitely going to have to do this on a YouTube. So everybody say hi to Pam. That is my sister. Sister from another mister. But she's an actual sister. We have our same mother. Same mom. It's a crazy story. It's probably one of the weirdest things that's ever happened in my life, but it's a great thing. It's so cool. Was blind. It is an awesome story. It really is an awesome story. It's amazing. It's overwhelming because at a time in my life where I've kind of like shut everyone out, I've kind of like decided to kind of like do my thing, just do me. You know that saying, just do you. Like, that was my mantra for 2020. And then here comes this woman out of nowhere. Hey, I'm your sister. How you doing? I love you. We're going to get to know each other. I'm your big sis. So, yeah, deal with it. I was like, what? What is happening to my world? But it's been great. It really has been awesome. I don't know who it's harder for, her or me, because she's got to get used to me because I'm weird and I'm like cranky old guy, and she's like weird old lady. So could you imagine I'm 49, just turned 49. Could you imagine like when you are at that age in your life to find out you have an older sister? Like just think about that. It's just blows your mind. But it's awesome. It's really awesome. Very cool, very cool, very cool. So what else is going on? Everybody else is doing good. Everybody is staying positive. The only, like I said, the only downside to this whole pandemic thing for me personally, there's been two things that have affected me the most. And the first one was at the very beginning of the pandemic when customers were running into the store for the toilet paper. And I know everybody has had a toilet paper experience over the past 2 months, but on the side of it where you're the merchant selling it and you don't have it, and we literally had to put people, and I was one of them, that had to stand by where the toilet paper normally would be and to tell each customer that was looking for the toilet paper we don't have it. It was heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking at some points, and I don't know. It was, and then now you kind of become numb after a certain point, and then customers start turning on you because their frustration level is so high, and then it becomes like a big different scenario. Not fun. But paper products are back in stock everywhere, so it's totally cool. Everybody's good. Everybody can wipe their butt. It's weird too because I feel guilty. Like part of my mental health obsessive compulsive thing is I like buy things in bulk. I don't know. So like I was buying toilet paper before all of this even happened. I had a stock of toilet paper that would last me a year. And then when we started not having it to sell, I kept feeling guilty that I had so much for myself, being one single guy in a studio apartment. I have so much toilet paper. I have probably, I don't know, I say bulk, but it's probably like realistically 18 rolls of toilet paper, but that will last me for so long. So I was feeling guilty for having toilet paper when people were coming in to buy toilet paper. I don't know if that makes sense. Pam Mala is in my chat. I invited my kids. My son was working tonight. He is an essential worker because he works at a grocery store. Despite all of my begging him to not get into retail, he did. I guess it's in our blood. Mom works in retail. Dad works in retail. So now son works in retail. I'm holding out hope for daughter. She will do something more than retail. Hopefully. So, yeah. I don't know. I think, you know what? I don't know if Pam was in here when I took a drink. I have to thank Pamela. And it feels weird calling her Pamela, so I'm going to switch to Pam. Yeah, right? I don't know. We just kind of get conditioned. So, Pam, this is for you because you graciously, she did a drive-by yesterday and she provided me with the beverage of choice for me, which is Fireball. Yeah, so she just did a drive-by. I mentioned it to her in a conversation that I was going to have to get some. Cheers. Yeah, so she just does a drive-by. She like sends me a text. She's like, yeah, I'm downstairs. Come downstairs. So I go down. And I think we're just going to be chatting, on the street corner or whatever. We do our little social distancing. We might have been a little more than 6 feet, and I didn't have a mask on. She did, though, which was good. She was doing the right thing. But then she pops up. She's got this bottle. And I'm like, all right, I'll take it. It's my favorite. But don't make a habit of that, by the way. You don't need to keep buying me alcohol. Who else needs to buy new pants from this pandemic? I think I've seriously gained at least 10 pounds. Like, I think sweatpants or sleep shorts are going to be my future for bottom half apparel for the next foreseeable future. If I could wear them at work, I would. Yeah, I've been eating so much takeout and delivery. Like, I literally know the delivery person's name who delivers my Domino's, and we like have a little chat. Her name is Priscilla, wonderful old lady, and it's just so bizarre. And I'm doing it. I'm using the excuse that I'm trying to, make sure that the restaurants that I frequent often, I don't want them to be in jeopardy of closing. So I am, on one level, I'm ordering a lot more than I would normally. But I'm also real lazy. I don't like to cook. I don't want to make a meal at all. So I'm becoming so dependent on the delivery and takeout that it's ridiculous. It's really probably not good. Probably explains why my blood pressure has gone up and obviously weight increase. I think when this whole pandemic is over, there's 2 things that I'm going to want to immediately do. One is take my kids to lunch and sit at the restaurant, whatever restaurant it is. And the second one is to get a haircut. Like, my hair, I don't know, I'm looking at myself on the camera. It doesn't look horrible, but I can definitely, it's uncomfortable. Oh, steak and potatoes would be so nice, computer chick. If you want to, what's your Grubhub fee? Do you have Grubhub? Could I order a steak, kind of medium well? That sounds really good. But I really want a haircut, so I have this beard trimmer, right? And I keep thinking I'm just gonna, like, it's getting to that point because it's uncomfortable when you are so used to your hair being like shaved up in the back. It's so uncomfortable. I hate it. Yeah, I will take a steak and potatoes. I will take a steak and potatoes right now. The one, well, we have several steakhouses in our area. There's Longhorn. There's a restaurant called Outback, and then there's one called Texas Roadhouse. We have a few of those of each in a very close area. Texas Roadhouse is the one that I personally like the best. And they've been doing like crazy takeout, which is good, because I don't want them to close, obviously. So Texas Roadhouse, they have the real soft rolls with the, I don't know, their butter it's a flavored butter that you put in it. Oh my God, it's so good. So good, so good. So what else is going on, everybody? What's been happening? I'm so excited to be doing a live stream. It's crazy. I did a couple of practice live streams with my game. But that's a little different because a game stream, I've got the game to distract me. So I'm playing the game. And really, for the game that I play, you get a few people in chat. And it's conversation about the game. So you have a topic, automatically you have a topic. I don't know. Just really weird. Longhorn. Yeah, we have Longhorn here too. I don't know if I mentioned Longhorn, but I think we have a Longhorn in our area too. I think they're very similar. There's something about going to a steakhouse when you just open the doors to walk in and you just smell it. Oh, so good. The one thing about Texas Roadhouse that's really cool too is they have these big barrels of shelled peanuts. And while you're kind of like in queue, you're waiting. You spend $100 on the game. Yeah, you know what? It was payday today for me, so I paid some bills. And I did buy some cash in-game currency today. Also, Xylo Gamers, and I'm thinking that pretty soon. Sorry for everybody else that doesn't play DC Universe Online. Just give me a second. I'm thinking we're going to see some resurgence caps coming up soon. I'm hoping. So I'm like stockpiling stabilizers to open those. I do have on May 1st, which is tomorrow, I have a video coming out tomorrow where I open up 55 time capsules. Those videos do usually pretty well. So yeah, my video from this morning that I did, it's got 154 views in the first 9 hours. It's been my #1 ranked by views all day, which is just blowing everybody else apart. My impressions click-through rate is up 20%. My watch time is up 143%. My views are up 119%. Whoop whoop. So I don't know. I think gaming is my future. Eating healthier. Computer chick. Eating healthier. Yeah, I can't do it. So I was talking about how I ordered Chinese from that restaurant that I don't normally. They didn't have what I wanted, so I settled on General Tao's chicken. While my order was being made, I did get to sit in the little waiting area that they kind of created. And the owner of the restaurant was making conversation with me about how difficult it was for them to find chicken, to be able to purchase chicken for the restaurant, which immediately sent like a red flag up. It made me like weirded out because I just ordered a meal that was chicken, General Tao's chicken. So I'm thinking, did I get some kind of like, am I going to get good chicken or not? Am I going to get like bad chicken? And it wasn't bad chicken. But yeah, so he's been like having to go to like Walmart to buy out all the chicken when it gets restocked because his normal supplier of chicken is not able to like deliver. So this whole thing has been just affecting me on so many different levels. The chicken was okay, but because I was ordering it from the first time from this restaurant, this is where I was going. So you get the container of the chicken. I said, give me the biggest chicken order size you have. So he does. So I get it, and I'm like, oh, that's a big container. I'm thinking, yes, that's going to be like 2 meals. But in the chicken where I opened the container when I got home, there was all this broccoli in it. And like, I don't know what the peppers, red peppers or something. And I was like, oh, broccoli. I'm not eating that broccoli. And I'm like, oh. And they had like this really nice takeout bag. It wasn't the traditional, like, generic white plastic bag. It was like a paper bag with these handles, and it had the stapled menu to it, and it was really nice. And like, I was getting a gourmet meal like from a high-end takeout, which is not my thing. So I had to like throw all that broccoli and the other peppers and stuff out. There was still a good amount of chicken, but it was expensive. No, there are no good veggies. Pam, not a veggie guy. Not a veggie guy. Can't. I don't know. Yeah. You know what? I would eat cat. I'm not weirded out by that. Like all of the what do you call that, folklore or whatever about, you know, Chinese restaurants having cat or dog or whatever. I would still eat it. It doesn't bother me. You could fry any of that stuff and I would eat it. I worked at a Walmart that was a very like country store, and the women were as big of a hunter as all of the men were. But the women were also the cooks. So the women would go out and trap rabbit, squirrel, muskrat, whatever, and then make like a stew and then bring it in and try to like freak me out. Like, oh, we brought you something to eat. And I would be like, okay, what is it? And they're like, this is rabbit stew. And I was like, all right. Because now for vegetables, okay. So I do like potatoes, carrots, I like corn, I like peas, the real standard, the original stuff. You put it all in a stew with whatever meat it is and put gravy in there. Like, who doesn't like that? Like, I was like, yeah, bring whatever you cooking squirrel, bring it. Put it in a stew. I will eat it. So I would get good meals. Hi, Trevor from the restaurant. Yes, yes. There's a throwback, everybody. Trevor, for those of you who are kind of new to my channel, I used to do a live stream where I would put my phone camera out the window and I would do a live stream in the mornings on Saturdays and Sundays where I would put food out my window for the squirrels. And these squirrels would come and eat it, and we would have like a live chat going, and I would play music that I would get like copyright strikes for after, and have to mute them. And I named the squirrels. All of the squirrels' name is Trevor. And Trevor is actually in reference to the Trevor Project, which is suicide prevention awareness for LGBTQ teens. And being someone who is supportive of the suicide prevention and also of teen gay and lesbian youth, that is where I kind of came up with the name Trevor. I just stole it from the Trevor Project. And I actually have a Trevor Project video coming up in July. I know that sounds weird, but I've had a lot of free time on my hands. So I literally have a calendar of videos that goes all the way into July that I already have uploaded to YouTube. They're in my YouTube studio, already ready to go. You could feed one person on a small squirrel. I'm only one guy. Small squirrels are just enough. So I'm digging. I was very resistant at first to the new YouTube studio. I don't know how all of you guys feel about it, but I actually find it extremely easy on PC. I don't know about mobile, but on PC, I'm digging the YouTube studio. The one thing I haven't tried yet is bulk uploads. I do like the single uploads so far. Maybe I'll do a bulk upload pretty soon. Deer, you know what, alligator I have not had yet. I have eaten rabbit. I don't think I've had raccoon. I have not had raccoon. When I ever see the word raccoon now, all I think of are the video games, Resident Evil, and the movies. Anyone else? I don't know why. It's Umbrella City. I don't know why Raccoon is sticking out to me. Anyone else know those movies well enough to know why Raccoon is sticking out to me? Is that the name of the organization? I think it's Umbrella, right? Umbrella Corporation? Raccoon City, though, is the city, right? I don't know. I don't know. I would eat it. If you told me it was raccoon, I would eat it. I would eat it. Gravy and mashed potatoes, that's right. Alright, we're going to do one more for Big Sis, because she provided me with this. I'm going to sleep so good tonight. I don't know about you guys. I am thankful I have tomorrow off from work. Can you guys hear that bird? I might have to close my window. It's like, so I feed the squirrels every day. That squirrel that I was talking about, Trevor, I feed every day. Even though I don't film it, I still feed them. They have me very well trained. But the birds also take notice that I feed the squirrels, so they come. I'm going to give everybody a notice this time. So I have a shot ready. If anyone else is going to join in, what a rebel. May the 4th be with you. It's coming up. This shot glass was provided to me by a coworker, my work wife. So Tiffany, thank you for the shot glass. Yeah. Old guy on a bike. It is Raccoon City, right? At least from the original. I don't know. Mila Jovovich was in those movies. I really like the Resident Evil movies. I'm a big horror movie fan in general. I know behind me it's all comic book stuff, but if I would have moved my camera to the other side, you would see satanic, witchcraft, horror, all kind of on that side. I could move my camera, but I don't think it would do it justice, so I'm not going to do it. But Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy, Nomad, I would eat it. If that's what the reference is that you're making. So, speaking of comic books and Rocket and Guardians of the Galaxy, I do a lot of, I watch a lot of the Marvel and DC movies. Rocket the Raccoon is going to be like a major backstory in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is still years off. You know what? I was mentioning, very few things have impacted me from the pandemic, but I'll tell you what has the movie industry. I'm a big AMC movie theater fan, and now they're like in bankruptcy. They're in a pissing match with Universal Studios, so they're not even going to show any Universal Studios movies when they reopen. So that's like all your Fast and the Furious, a bunch of different horror movie franchises. So I don't know what's going on with that, but all of the production of all these new movies is pushed back. Spider-Man 3, there's a new Batman movie being made with the guy from Twilight. Venom 2 with Carnage, with Woody Harrelson. Like, there's all these great movies in the works right now, and all the production has been put on hold. 2021, if you're sick of superhero movies, let me tell you, 2021, you're going to hate it because there's going to be so many movies coming out. Black Widow is supposed to come out this year. Like, everything is pushed back to 2021. If you're not a superhero movie fan, you're going to hate 2021 for movies. Me, it's probably going to keep me alive through that year is because of all those movies. It's, She is hot. Yes, Old Guy on a Bike. Those movies were good. When they first started coming out, people did their thing where it was a video game adaptation to movie, and she wasn't the right person for it, and it wasn't the theme of the first game, but I think it worked out. I love those Resident Evil movies. I will watch them every time they're on. Yeah, they should. I think AMC will still do all the Marvel movies, and so okay. What I also read from the insider trades from the movie theater things, and they're already doing this in China. So when the reopen starts happening here in America, in the States, when the movie theaters start reopening, what they're going to do is re-show movies that have already come out. And they're going to do like these bulk movie blocks so you can go to the theaters. And right now what I'm hearing is they're going to re-show the Avengers series of movies, and the Harry Potter series of movies, to these big blockbuster movies that did great when they first came out. They're going to reopen the theaters showing those movies first, while the Universal and Warner Brothers and Marvel and Disney get all their act together to start being able to put the new movies into the theaters. While there's that little bit of a gap to get people to come to the theaters, they're going to re-show some of the big blockbusters. So, like, for me to see some of those movies that I've already seen so many times and I own on 4K Blu-ray disc, I will still probably go to see Avengers Endgame at the theater again, even though it'll be the fourth time. I will still probably go and spend whatever it is, $12. Hopefully it'll be at a discount to get people back in the theater, and I'll spend the $12 on the bucket of popcorn. So, like, I am their target audience right there when I do that. So, Thams, you wish you could watch movies, but I just can never get into that. You are weird, yes. Yeah. Movies aren't for everybody. That's all I watch. Like, I don't watch much of anything else. Like, I have my two computers going right now, and they're dedicated to my stream. I have my phone going right now, dedicated to my stream, because I want to make sure that it looks good on each format. But in the distance, on my big screen TV, I have a horror movie playing. And I don't know which one it is. It looks like it's a foreign horror movie because I don't recognize the words. But yeah, I'm a huge horror movie fan and a huge superhero genre fan. Mila Jovovich, she is. Yeah. Yeah, movies aren't for everybody, and sometimes it's one of those deals where you just watch them, when they come out on disc or streaming services. I'll tell you what's really been a really good timing was the Disney Plus streaming service that came out. It came out months before this whole crazy pandemic. But really, if you think about it, if you were a production company coming out with a streaming service, what better time than right now? Because with everybody being kind of shut in, and Disney is all family movies, if you don't have Disney Plus, it's worth checking out, even if you just do the free trial. And Disney Plus has a lot of, if you're into the Marvel movies, they have a lot of Marvel television streaming shows coming out, 6-episode shows. But they're going to all have the original actors, all of the main people playing their actual characters, but instead of on a big screen movie, it'll be a 6-episode series. I mean, and that's really cool. No, I don't think it has anything with you being old, Thams. I don't think you're any older than I am. And it was the reverse for me. When I was younger, I wasn't into the movie thing, but then I kind of grew into it. So yeah, I don't know that it's an age thing. It's kind of a lifestyle thing. You know, your lifestyle either lends you time to get into movies or not. Some of the movies that I were interested in were because I read books first. Like I read a lot when I was younger, Stephen King, comic books. So there you go. It leads into horror movies. It leads into now superhero movies. When I was younger, there wasn't superhero movies. So when I was younger, I didn't do a lot of movies. It just wasn't part of what I did. No, but you're not old. You didn't get old. So what's going on, everybody? I was planning about a 1 hour stream. We've hit the 1 hour. We're a little over the 1 hour. So I think we're going to call it a successful first THORSDAY in 7 months. It's crazy. I'm going to be like the kid the day after Christmas. When I sign off, I'm going to have that, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just had that live stream. Yeah, horror and zombie. So I think to end the stream, in honor of Pam, and at this point, it's probably pretty obvious. I'm just using that as an excuse to have another shot. But let's have another shot for the first THORSDAY in 7 months. A successful THORSDAY. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Pam, my sister, I love you dearly. I know we are still getting to know each other. It's kind of crazy. We're going to do a little toast here to THORSDAY, and then we're going to call it a night. Woo! That is so good. I didn't think ahead enough to check to see if there's anyone live. Tiffy, are you still here? That is awesome. Let me look here. I've got, let's see, the Right Side Broadcasting Network is live. If you guys want to see an update on the Trump pandemic. And I guess I am not subscribed to anyone who is live right now. Does anyone have anyone they want me to shout out for everybody to go to? Or otherwise, we'll just call it a night. You are. Tiffy. That's my sis right there. I call her sis too. She's my YouTube sister. She also plays DC Universe Online, and she's also into WWE. Very cool. Good people. I'm going to let chat catch up too. I know there's that delay. So I'm waiting to see if there's anybody anyone wants to shout out that I can recommend or go visit. If not, we'll just say our goodbyes and our farewells. And if you didn't do it already, hit that like, hit that like, hit that like. I love OBS. Thams is going live in a little while. It'll be around 8 p.m. Well, it's 8 p.m. here now. So where? I thought you were in Florida. Are you not in Florida? Are you not? All right. Well, let's all. Thams World will be your go-to destination. I'm serious. If you love guitar, he's really, really good. He's very humble. He's got a nice little setup. And it's just great sounding music. It comes through so good. I've gone to live streams before where people play live music and it just doesn't translate well through Sam's World, I don't know. He's got it set up. It sounds good. It sounds good. And maybe if we're lucky, he's going to get his daughter on the mic. She's going to sing us a little song. 710 for Tiffy Richards. You're in Texas, if I'm correct, right? Everything is bigger in Texas. All right. So on that, Sam's World does rock. Is this the right thing to do for that? It's not this, right? This is Hang Loose, and this is Rock On, I think. So, anyways, at any rate, thank you guys so much for being here on my first Thursday back. You all helped me get through. It's kind of a milestone. I know it's a little thing because people go live all the time. For me, it was a lot of anxiety. Nomad Unbroken, you get the super shout out. You get the Thor like hammer. Nomad Unbroken is completely gracious enough to have let me promote that I was going live tonight in his stream. He's very consistent, and I think all of you already know him, but if you don't, please go check him out. Very cool, very chill. Everything that you kind of want in a live stream, you get that in his, because you just go there. You get to be yourself, and he's totally himself. It's not a big show. It's just everybody doing real chat. It's the way you want to be. Same thing goes for Sam's World, except you get like really cool music on the side of it. Stephen Dennis, what are you still doing here? Go to sleep already. I thought you went to sleep like a while ago. Tiffy, thank you so much. All right, everybody. So that's going to do it. We're going to leave on the high note. I see the viewer count is going down. So everybody's kind of taking that momentum and stepping out, which is exactly the right thing to do. So we're going to do that. We're going to do Rock On. We're going to do Peace Out, whatever, and live long and prosper and all that. May the 4th be with you. Everyone have a good night. We're ending the stream. I pushed it. Oh, do I want to end the stream? Yes,